Oh man, look at that. Right? Well, this is going to be our dinner tonight. So, hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. So, hold on a second. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. So I know I am, right? So it's been a great weekend. It was a great Thanksgiving. We had a great time. Love being with my wife on holidays and just enjoying each other and enjoying the time. And we had some great food and some great company. So it was a really an outstanding time. So hopefully you did too. You really enjoyed yourself, and hopefully getting ready for the next one, right? So starting to do our planning and trying to think what we're going to do for the next one. So today I wanted to welcome all the new folks that are coming out here. I had a number of new folks that have joined. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you coming and being part of the community. It really helps me, and it really helps drive me and gets me excited and enthused to continue to try to give you good content and really make things happen for you. So hopefully you're liking it, and you keep coming back for more and enjoy it. So if you have suggestions or anything else, let me know down below in the comments on what you'd like to see or what you'd like to do. See more of some product reviews I haven't done in a while, some more day of eatings. I haven't done those in a while either. I think I'm going to do some more of those coming up. Some of the protein sparing modifying fast days, as well as some of my regular keto days that I'm doing more of net carbs now. So kind of doing a mix. So hopefully, you let me know what you like. You guys that are returning, welcome. You guys are the ones that really drive me day to day and time after time, and just keep me enthused. I will say that, hey, this Tuesday is also, Giving Back Day. So, with this holiday season coming up and everything else, please be generous. Think about getting a toy for a toy drive. March of Dimes, Make-A-Wish, Salvation Army, whatever it is that can help the community. Food shares, different things of that organization. I would strongly to encourage you to think about giving on Tuesday and making it a really great day for everybody else, helping somebody else out. So with all that said, I had put a survey out a while ago, and I had asked what people wanted to see next on my videos. And one of the things that people wanted to see next was, by strong opinion, was they wanted to see me do a keto dumpling / Potstickers, depending on where you are, what you call them, right? So I've always called them dumplings, but I know a lot of people call them Potstickers. So it really depends on where you are and the culture that's around you that calls them. So that's what we're going to make today. We're going to make beef Potstickers, beef dumplings, however you wanted to call it. So that's how we're going to do that today. Hopefully you'll stick around and check out the video. Hopefully you enjoy the content. And again, hopefully you'll consider subscribing and becoming a member of the community and hitting that little bell icon down there for future videos. So, all right. So give me a second. I'm going to adjust the camera down, and we're going to start with the seasoning of the meat. So give me a second. Let me adjust that camera. All right, we're going to see how this works. So this is ground beef. This is all it is. All I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in some coconut aminos into this so you can see what they are. And again, you're going to season this the way that you would like to season it. So this kind of replaces the soy sauce. So again, coconut aminos, this is what I'm using. I'm going to put in a little onion powder in it. A little onion powder in it. I'll put a little garlic seasoning in it. Again, you can put anything you want in this, so it's really up to you. I'm going to actually use some crushed red peppers in there because I want it spicy. I want it kind of tangy. So I'm going to put some spices in it. I'm going to put some cayenne pepper in it. See if I can read that. Well, anyway, so that's what I'm going to put in it for my spices. Then I'm going to mix it all up. Get that soy sauce mixed in there really good. Or actually, it's a coconut aminos mixed in there really good. I'll put a little more of this in there. Again, you can use sesame seasoning, you can use whatever you want in this, so now we're going to let this sit for about a half hour or so, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to start making the actual dough that we're going to use for the outside. So I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to start making our dough. So I'm going to use 1.5 cups of almond flour for this. I didn't pre-measure any of this stuff, so 1.5 cups of the almond flour. I'm going to move this out of my way. I don't need this again. Then I'm going to use 2 scoops of this Isopure 0 carb protein, unflavored protein powder. If I can get it open. I actually really like this protein powder. I use it for protein shakes and stuff too. They have the chocolate flavor and a few other flavors that are really, really outstanding. So the cookies and cream one is really, really good. And the best part is that they're 0 net carbs. If you're doing total carbs, they're like 1 or 2, so it's pretty low. All right, so 2 scoops of that. I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to put a little bit of salt in this thing. Hey, what a catch, huh? I'm going to put a little bit of salt in that, and then we're going to put a little bit of xanthan gum in there, 2 teaspoons. I guess it would have helped if I got the teaspoon out, huh? Let me grab that. Alright, we're going to mix this up a little bit. Just kind of get it fully incorporated. Hopefully this angle is okay. Hopefully it's something new that I was trying. I know I was doing it with my other camera when I was using my my action camera, so I thought I'd try to do it with this camera. I thought it was better that you looked at the food versus me. Not that I don't think that I'm worth looking at, but I just think you get more out of it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to actually break 2 eggs into this. Get that fully incorporated, and this will start to form a dough, and you'll see that After a little bit, we'll have to use our hands here to once it gets really, really hard to mix like this, you can do a couple things. You can either put on a pair of gloves, like I'm going to do. Most times I wouldn't do this, but because of the video, I'll do it. We're just going to start kneading it. Alright, so once we kind of get it into a ball that kind of looks like this, it really does start to form. We're going to actually start rolling it out a little bit. Actually, if this works out well today, we're going to try to do this with our Olympia wrappers next time to cut down on the carbs on it for Christmas. Alright, so once we get into a nice log shape and we get it into about 2 inches around, I think we want to do that. I'm going to set this aside. First I'm going to go get a cutting board. And a knife. I'm going to lay this out. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to cut this. Hold on a second. We're going to cut this about 2 to 3 inches wide. Maybe not quite that wide. Alright, so this is what we're going to use for our wrappers. So we're going to go back now. I know it hasn't been a half hour, so we've got a little bit more time to wait to come back. And we'll come back in a minute and we'll start cooking the meat and cook the meat, and then we'll make the wrappers as well. We'll flatten them out here and we'll go through that. Alright, so be back in 1 second. Alright, I wanted to come back and kind of show you a little bit something while we're still waiting for the meat to thaw out. A couple things. I cut these too thick. I should get about 18 to 20 slices out of it, so I cut them a little bit thinner, putting them together. Because I don't want my dumplings to be too thick, the dough to be too thick. And I'm also going to put a piece of paper towel over them. These are wet. This is a wet tape paper towel. And this is going to keep them nice and damp while we're waiting for that. And we're going to start actually making them. So I'm going to keep this a little bit wet. I'm going to set these aside like this. I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. Actually, 2 pieces of parchment paper. Doesn't matter how they go, but and then I'm going to find something, a little roller to roll them with. I'm going to use the rolling pin, but you don't have to. You have a bottle or something else. You could use just about anything. So all I'm going to do is take one of these off of this here. I'm going to put it between the rolling paper. And we're going to start rolling it out. I'm going to start trying to get a nice round shape out of it. So this is what it's going to look like. And that's going to be our wrapper. So hopefully it holds up okay. I'm going to put that underneath there with a wet towel over it to hold on to it. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll be back to start cooking the meat. Alright, we're back. The meat's ready to be cooked. We're going to turn the burner on to medium high. We're going to throw our ground beef into the pan. Throw this in the sink. Alright, so all on nothing magical here that you're going to see. I'm just going to ground this ground beef. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me grind it, cook it. So this will take a couple minutes. We'll come back when it's all cooked, and we'll start making the dumplings, and then we'll start showing how to cook the dumplings once we've put them together. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, so you can hear that sizzling. It sounds really, really good, huh? So this hamburger's all done, or this ground beef I should say. It's not hamburger, it's ground beef. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off right now. I'm going to take this ground beef out. I'm going to put it on this plate because it's got to cool. At the same time, this will allow some of the grease to be absorbed away from it. Then once it's cool, we're going to give these puppies a little wrap and see how they come out, and hopefully they come out good. Again, you can do this with pork, you can do this with shrimp. We were going to do shrimp, but we forgot to take the shrimp out of the freezer, so we ended up doing what we had with that we could defrost quickly, and it happened to be beef. But you can do it with just about anything that you wanted. So. Alright, so I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes to cool. Looks good. It smells really, really good. It smells really good. So, and then when we come back, we'll start doing the wrappers, and then we'll start frying the meat up here. So we'll see you back here in a minute, or actually a couple seconds. All right. Alright, so now we've got them all done. The meat is cooled down. So we're going to take about a teaspoon of meat. We're going to put it in here. We're going to kind of fold this over. And what I found worked best is if you make it just a little bit so one side is a little lower than the others, so that you can fold the top over and kind of squish the edges together to seal it. If you think you can get a little bit more in there, feel free to try. All right. Alright, there we have a dumpling. Now we'll do another one. Now these, I will say again, this is not like a normal dumpling, so you may have some tearing and may have some other issues with it, but also don't stack. One of the things I learned is don't stack one on top of the other when you're making the dumpling, as they will stick to each other. So alright, so there's number 2. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to make all these. I don't want you to sit here and watch me. When I get done making them, we're going to heat them up. The pan is heating up right now. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here, and then we're going to put a little bit of water in here, and then we're going to cook them up, and we'll see how they come out. So I'll come back in a minute after I get them all made up and we're ready to put them in the pan, alright? Alright, we're going to start frying these up. This is what they look like so far. We're going to see how they hold up. I know we've had a couple that kind of fell apart on us a little bit, to be honest with you. So just the crust is pretty delicate. I'm just going to warn you that now. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of oil in here. I'm going to put these in here. Try to get them all in here. Alright, then we're going to put a little bit of water in here with it just to boil it. Then we're going to cover them up. We're going to let those cook for a few minutes. So let's watch those. Let's let those cook. We'll come back in a couple minutes. I'll flip them. We'll see if we can flip them or not. See how they're doing. And then we'll take them out and we'll hopefully eat a few of these. All right. So see you in a second when we come back, and this is ready to go. All right. So what do you think? Huh? Wow. Look at that. They look yummy or what? Now I would tell you that you need to be really careful because of the fact that at least when you first start out, the crust was pretty fragile. And now they seem to be holding up much better now. I'm not going to grab them with the prongs, the thongs, whatever you call them. Just because of the fact that I don't want to crush them. Again, when you flip them very gingerly and very carefully. You know, again, you're going to have some that are going to break open and they're not going to be perfect. And you know, if you want perfect dumplings, you better go to a Chinese store. So I guess. But that was pretty good. I'm going to turn this off. Move it out of my way a little bit. All right. So this is the way they came out. Hopefully you can see those. Now again, you can make dipping sauce out of these. You can put soy sauce with it, or you can use some coconut aminos in making the soy sauce for dipping. You can use some sugar-free ketchup or whatever you want, whatever your favorite seasoning is for dipping or whatever. And again, for the meat, as far as the meat goes, you can make it with pork, chicken, you know, the beef, the shrimp. You can make the innards with it all, whatever way you want. Now, I will tell you that it takes a little bit of time. There's a learning curve with making them, getting them to stick, you know, so they hold over. Make sure you don't put too much meat in them. To make them overstuffed. Well, I'm going to hold this camera and we're going to move it up. There we go. Sorry, good looking like that. So, so you can do whatever you want with these. So this has been a really interesting experiment. They came out pretty good. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. So I'm gonna go in and we'll take a bite out of one of them. So, oh man, look at that. Right? Well, this is going to be our dinner tonight. So, these are really good. Again, they're not real dumplings, right? So they don't have the the breading is a little bit more of a breading, I guess, more than the wrapper that they use. So, they're really good. You know, again, you could put whatever you want in it. So, you could put some hot sauce in it, or you can put whatever you want. There's a million things that you can do with it. I'm going to break down the macros on this thing for you. So, I will put a link down below for this recipe, as well as I have a link down there for my Amazon, for some Amazon affiliate links. So if you want to go down there and check out some of the stuff I use, I believe I got almond flour in there, and I got a bunch of other stuff. I got the hot pot burner that I use in here that you saw me cooking it on there. Just a bunch of other stuff in there. So go down there and check them out if you want. My Instagram is down there as well, so go down there and join me on Instagram. I post a lot of this stuff way ahead of time on Instagram, as far as just pictures of what I'm eating or what I'm cooking. And then a big shout out to my wife as well, because she's the kind of the person that's behind the scene of this, giving me tips and tricks and teaching me how to do a lot of this stuff, because she's a much better cook than I am, and I'm just really a hack at it, and she's like a marvelous cook. So, So she teaches me a lot of this stuff. So, and she sits there and cringes when she sees me cooking. So kudos to her and her patience with me and working with me and helping me and stuff of that nature. So, again, let's go through this macros. Again, if you like this stuff, make sure you do the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon. I'm going to do a couple days of eating this week. I'm going to do one of my regular eating this week. I'm going to do one of, I think, protein sparing modifying, probably either the end of the week or next week. Again, I have some product reviews I want to do, so hopefully those will be coming out really soon, as well as some other information and stuff. I may slow down and change the format on the weekly Friday weight loss ones. I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to change them or not. Seeing how I kind of hit my goal, it's now more of a maintenance thing. So maybe I'll do more of a day of eating / my weight update or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. If you have a suggestion down below, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Again, so the macros on this thing are such that this made the recipe was supposed to be making 20. We made 18. It makes about 130 calories, about 10 grams of fat. There's about 2.7 carbs in one of these. And again, it depends on the size that you make it and how much meat you put in it and all that good stuff. Fiber in it is 1.2. Net carbs is in it was 1.5. And I need to get a drink of water. So that's kind of where we're at with this. Again, I'll post the link down below for the recipe if you want to try it. It's actually really pretty good. I'm impressed. For 1.5 net of carbs. So you eat 4 of these. These are actually pretty good size. These are much bigger than the ones that you would probably get in a store or something like that. And they definitely have a lot more meat in them. So again, it all depends on how you make them. But right now it's 1.5 net carbs in them. So so if you ate 4 of them, sitting at 6 net carbs, that's pretty good for a meal. Then you could eat something else with it or something for something later. So But anyway, hey, so again, hopefully, you know, thumbs up, subscribe, bell icon, please, please, please. I'd really appreciate it. You know, you guys are the best. You know, you guys are awesome. You guys are great. Remember, this is the time of season to give and to love each other and take care of each other. So we'll see you in the very near future. Be good to each other, be kind to each other, and you know, help each other out. And we'll see you next time.